4 years is very short. But within these 4 years, we can make demonstrable progress. And I want to believe that that is where the president is coming from. But we can look at this fixing the economy across a number of indicators. I want to believe that in the midst of these challenges, and of course, if you take over a company, a country, you inherit both the assets and then the liabilities. So it's not like it's only liabilities, bills, and all of that. Revenue will come in. We have assets, we have natural resources, and all of that we should be able to use to turn the situation around. But again, from the NDC's manifesto, they have indicated that they will grant immediate relief to Ghanaians through revisions and rationalizations of our tax regime. So if they remove e-levy, that provides immediate relief to Ghanaians, not only to households but businesses as well. We are talking about COVID-19 health levy. We are talking about, of course, emission levy. There's nothing to eliminate from there. It's a zero balance because we haven't really collected anything from that because the charging institution, DVLA, and also the equipment to measure the tons of emissions, we haven't acquired that the way it should. So there's nothing there really to cancel except the law that is governing that. But if you put all of these things together, it gives some immediate relief. Again, we can go back to 2017 when there was another regime change. In the midst of all that was going on, public debt and all of that, in 2017, the government took a bold decision to equally remove certain taxes, reduce rates of certain taxes and all of that. In fact, in 2017-2018, the government reduced utility prices. That puts directly in the pocket of households more than 4 billion Ghana cedis across the 2 years. And if you link that to the tax relief and all of that to businesses, our costing, we're looking at something in excess of 6 billion Ghana cedis. If you look at that in dollar terms, given the low exchange rate at that time, you could see. Then, if you also look at the free senior high school that they implemented very boldly against all odds that it could not be done, we didn't have the fiscal space. That's leadership. The president said we are going to do it. And actually, they did it. Of course, we've had challenges and all of that. That should be improved. But you can't take it away from the NPP. This intervention, that is life-defining. And let me take advantage to say this. If you look at our democracy since 1992, even though the NDC prides itself as a social democratic party or something versus the NPP that is a bit more private-oriented and all of that. In terms of social interventions, the NPP holds the record. In terms of social interventions that have become enduring and transformative in our country. So at least going for it's not like just doing for the doing sake, but the NDC must critically look at certain key interventions that will last or that will go beyond their 4-year term or their 8-year term and all of that. Of course, they are talking about 24-hour economy and then Mahama care and all of that, of course. So they are also learning from that. So, of course, they complement each other. They look at where the shortcomings are and all of that. So if you put all of these things together, yes, the liabilities are huge. Because let me say this. If you look at the media review 2024, and then you also look at the IMF publications after the third review, December 2024. It looks to me now, based on the data that we have, of course, we don't have all the data. I believe that the planning committee and the Minister of Finance, they have accurate information now about the state of our indebtedness, the deficit, and all of that. But the figure we are working with, we are looking at fiscal deficit in excess of 6.5%. What that will mean is that the primary surplus of 0.5% of GDP that we are supposed to record in 2024 will be missed. What it means is that we will no longer be in the zone of debt-reducing fiscal deficit, because it's not every fiscal deficit that manifests explicitly in debt formation or increment in the debt stock, there's a fiscal deficit level where we say debt reducing fiscal deficit because your primary balance is positive.